Welcome back. You're listening to Cindy Laverty Show on CRN Nationwide. Thanks for staying with me today. If you've missed any part of the show and you're interested in taking your relationship to a new level, you can listen to a replay of the show on Saturday at 2 p.m. and Sunday morning 8 a.m. That's Pacific time, so adjust it accordingly for your time zone. My guests are Sonica Tinker and Christian Peterson, and we're talking about love, and their company LoveWorks has all kinds of great things on the website. So check them out at loveworksforyou.com. Sonica, you had a profound comment you wanted to make that will really sort of rock our worlds a little bit.
Yeah, well, I really wanted to emphasize why it's so important to appreciate, look for what you want to see, speak it out loud, find those tiny little things, is because wanting and something and having something cannot exist in the same space. So I'm going to say that again because that is so powerful, right? Wanting and having cannot exist at the same time. So as long as I am wanting intimacy, I cannot experience intimacy. As long as I am wanting you to listen, I cannot experience you listening. As long as I want help, I cannot experience being helped. So the way out of wanting, we actually teach this whole process of how do you then move out of wanting and having, because wanting is the first step to creation. Mm-hmm. So we can't not want stuff. But how do we get out of, wanting so we can actually have the experience we want to create for ourselves? And one of those pieces is pick something you want and then actively look for it everywhere you can. And in that way, you start making it real and you presence it a little more. And not only that, when you notice it, you actually give it to yourself.
That's nice. And so do you acknowledge that as well when you start observing it?
Yeah, you have, and speaking it out loud, like, thank you so much for looking at me for that nanosecond. I mean, you probably wouldn't say it that way because that would come across as a judgment. But, you'd say, thank you very much for taking this couple of minutes here to be with me. Thank you very much for saying that positive thing about me. You
right.
Look for the teeny things and you blow them up, make them big.
Okay, so what do we do when our partner's being a real jerk? I mean, sometimes we're real jerks. So what do we do when our partner's being a real jerk? It could be you being the real jerk, but you're not aware of it. So what do we do?
Well, the first thing I would say is that you've got to, again, remember that nobody's being a jerk on purpose.
Are you sure?
I am sure. Whatever, it's kind of interesting in relationship, whatever you're doing that has you look like a jerk is really trying to take care of something positive. We really believe that there's a positive intent behind everything. So, for example, this is a real common one in a lot of marriages where, it just looks like you don't care about me. You're just sitting and watching television and, you don't take time to listen to me and really be with me and focus on me. Well, it's not that the men are being jerks and being insensitive jerks. They're just taking care of something else that really matters to them.
Right.
It's a positive intent. And same thing, right? We show up as nags. Right?
Or martyrs. I don't think men do very well with martyrs either.
No. Or tsunamis. Right? And it's not that we're trying to criticize and nag. We're just love them so much we want to be with them. Mm-hmm. There's a positive intent underneath it. So one thing is to connect to the positive intent in each other. Take time to get to know each other. The other thing that's a very dysfunctional habit and pattern in relationships is we ascribe meaning to each other's behaviors.
Right.
If I was watching television right now, I would be ignoring you. So if you're watching television right now, you must be ignoring me, right?
Well, I'm not necessarily ignoring you. I just am being alone with myself.
Exactly. Exactly. And revitalizing myself and nourishing myself, right? So for some men, watching sports, for example, is one of the ways they nourish themselves.
Well, I think men are way better at nourishing themselves than women are.
Yes.
I mean, men just get like, I've had it. I got to go play tennis or take a hike or ride a bike or run or do whatever or watch TV, and they just know how to rejuvenate themselves better than women do.
Well, and also how we rejuvenate ourselves is different. So how men rejuvenate themselves is by kind of disappearing into their man cave, as we say, right? Doing those kinds of activities. How women, they've actually done all of this biological research to show that when we're stressed out, how we nourish ourselves is through connection. It's through talking. That's how, we release the stress hormones and get more oxytocin is when we talk.
I actually like to reconnect with the shoe department, but that's my favorite way to reconnect. But no, I mean, I know exactly what you're saying. We'll call a girlfriend or, go talk or, whatever. It's very true.
Yeah.
And and these are vast differences that I think, when you're dating, it's like you love that about your guy, that he'll go do those things. But when you get married, somehow the whole paradigm shifts. And it's like, you're supposed to be with me all the time. You know?
One of the things we would love to propose in this new paradigm is that we become each other's partners in learning this stuff. We become constant students of ourselves, acknowledging that there is so much I don't know about you, and there is so much you don't know about me, and there's so much we don't know about relationships. Nobody ever taught us that.
Right.
Let's go figure it out. And one of the biggest reasons it's crucial to find a way to deal with the big conflicts. Yeah, like when you're really being a jerk. All those things that trigger us and that piss us off over and over and over again.
Yeah.
We've got to find a good way to deal with them that works for both of us. Like a common language we can speak about this, because it will show up again.
Right, absolutely. All right, stay with us. You're listening to Cindy Laverty Show. I'll be right back.